Blessed to be part of your day. Again, let me apologize for our friend Don, who is a rabid Alabama fan. For all our friends that love Boise State or the Idaho Vandals, we like to be non-denominational when it comes to sports here in the Treasure Valley, at least on the talk station. But that's passion. That's what it's about. And here we are, Miller's Mission. Once again, the Walmart, Garrity and Franklin in Nampa. I want to thank everyone at the Walmart, Camping World, Team Mazda Subaru, the Boise Rescue Mission. Coming up, we'll hear from a gentleman that we've known for years, our great friend Steve. He's a television personality, also works for the Boise Rescue Mission. So we will ask him about his more famous roles. But before that, William Geen joins us from Americans for Legal Immigration. William, good to have you with us.
Good morning, Kevin.
Being out here reminds me of the old days when you and I were collecting books for the troops in North Carolina, and so many adventures. And you were fighting for the borders. You were fighting for America back then. Has anything really changed?
Well, we're still fighting, Kevin. I mean, this is a battle that we can't lose because so many Americans are suffering lost jobs, taxpayer resources, and some lose their lives. Thousands lose their lives each year, like Kate Steinle did on the pier in California. So, it's not a fight we can stop fighting. We were more hopeful at the beginning of the Trump administration that he would honor his campaign promises and deport a lot of illegal immigrants, but that hasn't happened, and his focus has been on amnesty instead, and that's been very disappointing to a lot of our people. But we're still in the fight, and we're working very hard today to prevent them from passing legislative amnesty in Washington, D.C., which we believe would be the final straw to America or the point of no return for us.
Now, I thought Donald Trump was supposed to end that. He was building a wall. He was making America great again, and he was supporting the legal pathway to citizenship as opposed to what seems to be happening now.
Well, we were hopeful about Trump and his promises as well. We supported him. We donated to him. We endorsed him. I lost about a fourth of my supporters when we endorsed him and worked with him. But, when it came to what he told us he was going to do during the campaign, candidate Trump has not materialized as President Trump, who supports amnesty similar to what Obama and Bush had supported. So it's very disappointing, but, we are encouraged that we're about to go through a new round of midterm elections out here, and there's a lot of great candidates that ALIPAC can endorse that are telling us that they're willing to support the existing immigration and border laws of the United States and oppose any form of amnesty. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for American activists and candidates for federal office that are willing to stand up against legislation that would further compromise our laws and lead to more losses amongst Americans.
That seems to be easier said than done these days.
Well, one of the things we're doing right now is we're calling on John McCain to retire. His illness is such that he can't perform his duties anymore, and he's holding on to power to the last minute. So we're trying to encourage him to go ahead and get out of there, and we're very hopeful that we've got two opportunities down in Arizona now to pick up Senate seats where we may be able to replace amnesty supporters like Senator Jeff Flake and Senator John McCain with candidates that are more loyal to American citizens. And then we've got members of Congress that we've been endorsing for a long time that are under siege now, Kevin, like Congressman Dana Rohrabacher in California, a little bit earlier, North Carolina's Walter Jones. These candidates are being targeted by the D.C. swamp that are upset that they have stood against immigration reform, amnesty for illegal immigrants. And so we need to defend the candidates that have taken the principled stance. And they need volunteers, voters, and donors. And unless that's organized and structured, they won't, all the money is flowing out of the chamber groups. They've got enough money to fund their opponents. And they don't, the Chamber of Commerce and the other pro-illegal immigration groups functioning out of Washington, D.C., and billionaires like Soros, they don't care whether someone's a Democrat or Republican. As long as they get what they want, which is more and more foreign labor that replaces American workers and our jobs and replaces American voters in our elections, they're ready to go. They don't care about the partisanship. They just, as long as they can buy what it is that they want.
Well, Walter Jones has been a friend of yours and mine for many, many years, and it's unfortunate that within the Republican Party, and that's a problem within the Republican Party, is you have someone who is elected who's a conservative, and perhaps they're not towing the big business line, and they get targeted. They get a lot of negative ads. They have big money thrown at them. And, you go back to Karl Rove, who started this strategy many years ago to purge the Republican Party of the conservatives.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a good thing. And what a lot of folks don't understand, I had somebody the other day say, look, we just need more people, we need the workers. But and big business likes that because we're subsidizing folks. Can you explain the cost of the subsidies going on that really aids the businesses? It doesn't help the folks that are here, and the rest of us are footing the bill.
Well, I mean, there are a lot of different actors in illegal immigration that support it for different reasons. Some of them just strictly make more money as a company by hiring illegals. Some of them make more money, like the housing industry, by, increasing pressure on housing as they fill the country with new foreign labor. They're growing the economy by piling people in here from all around the world. Others, like George Soros and your La Raza groups and the Democratic Party, they see the illegal immigration and hyper-legal immigration as keys to permanent power in the United States. They're very close to taking us beyond the point of no return. Trump and McCain and Romney, they were all expected to lose the national elections, and if you get another million illegal immigrants turned into citizen voters, it's all over on the national front. You'll never get another Republican elected in this country ever again. People don't understand that the cycle between Republican and Democrat goes all Democrat for everything with these new voters. Also, you have a primary coming up in Idaho there. I think, what is your primary? I think it's June 5th. Is that correct?
No, we just had it.
Really? So you guys, I thought you guys had another month that was in the end of May. Did any challengers win, or did all the incumbents walk back in?
Well, we had a big turnover in the governor's office, lieutenant governor's office, and in Congress. So we have Russ Fulcher, who will take the seat of Congressman Labrador, who ran for governor and who came in second to the Lieutenant Governor Brad Little. And then we have Janice McGeehan, who now is the lieutenant governor. And everybody, is saying they're going to be tough on borders, they're going to be tough here, tough there. But we'll have to see once these folks are elected.
Well, we had endorsed your candidate, Michael Snyder, who was running in the 1st District. And, of course, we're glad to see Labrador go because he had been one of our pro-amnesty Republicans that we had wanted to see removed from office. So hopefully the successor, with enough public pressure there in Idaho, will not back these amnesty bills that the D.C. swamp wants them to support.
Indeed, we continue on with our friend William Geen. Anything else that we should be looking out for?
Well, I just think that right now the main thing is they're going to try to push another amnesty push here over the summer. And the White House is in negotiation with some of the sellout Republicans that just tried to do a discharge petition. The last thing that we've heard, Kevin, is that they're going to attempt to vote on the Goodlatte amnesty bill, H.R. 4760. And this one's really tricky because this is the one that is wrapped in most of the immigration enforcement promises to try to get it through. And this is also the one that some of the D.C.-based immigration groups like Numbers USA and Center for Immigration Studies are unfortunately supporting. They're supporting a, quote, deal on amnesty, where they believe that an amnesty for only 800,000 illegal immigrants, which is close to the size of the Reagan 86 amnesty, which threw America into the current chaos we're in today. They believe that they can trade that amnesty for reductions in legal immigration and funding for a border wall and things of that nature. We do not concur at Americans for Legal Immigration PAC. We don't support any amnesty for illegal immigrants whatsoever, compromise or whatnot. What we want is our existing laws adequately enforced, because we believe that that's the only way we can reverse the illegal immigration plan. Anything else is only going to allow this socialist billionaire-backed plan to continue, which leads to eventual full Democrat dominance of U.S. elections, government, and laws, full gun confiscations, and everything else that would come from the United States being forced into a more a nation similar to the rules of Canada and Mexico through a process of invasion to accomplish such a thing. So we're fighting hard. AliPAC has remained loyal to our supporters, opposing any and all amnesties, while other groups have buckled under the influence of D.C. recently.
William Geen, I miss you. The next time I'm east of the Great River, I'll look you up.
Come on back, Kevin. We'd love to see you here in North Carolina.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
Take care.
William Geen joining us. Coming up next, Cindy, are you going to talk to us, or are you just stopping in today?
I have a new marketing strategy.
You have a new marketing strategy?
Yes, I think Jeff the Suit will approve of this, and T. Mazda Subaru.
You're taking over the show.
No.
Cindy in the morning.
I'm giving you a marketing strategy.
Well, this is live radio here, Cindy. We're professional broadcasters, so.
Well, what I'm trying to tell you, Kevin.
What are you trying to tell me, Cindy?
Well, it made me sad yesterday to see the people walk by. And so I got this idea yesterday because, I help out at Love Inc. and I was over in the cloth room. I'll describe this. This is like a little truck that will draw the kids in. And what it is, you see, if you...
Well, we can't see. It's the radio.
I know, Kevin, but I'm showing you. But you see... It's like from Coney Island, where we did a hot dog truck out here. And wait, listen. He starts talking and moving, and it goes hot dog. See? What do you think?
You won't hear anything like this on the radio.
Never, ever. Well, you know why, Kevin? Because the joy of the Lord is my strength. And I was kind of done in the last week. And I said to myself...
You were done, and now you're back.
Well, you know what? Because He does restore the joy of your salvation.
Exactly.
Don't you just love this? It goes up and down, Kevin. Come on now. Come on.
I would like to say, all I have to say to you is,
yeah?
You missed Liberal Steve. Liberal Steve was here early.
I know. I have something for him. I heard him.
I bet.
He's a very passionate man.
He's something.
And you know what? The Bible says, be lukewarm, I'll spit you out. Be hot or cold. There's nothing not hot about Liberal Steve.
You might want to turn off the hot dog. Many
sorry.
people might find that annoying.
Well, no. It's supposed to be outside the tent,
It's
Kevin.
a lot of things that are supposed to be.
Outside the tent.
I remember what I was supposed to be.
Well, Kevin, can I just talk about one thing you talked about this morning?
Well, hold on. We've got to go to commercials.
It's oil.
Oil. All right. And then we're going to talk to my brother Steve here in a minute. Kevin Miller, KIDO Talk Radio. Thank you very much. Miller's Mission, Clothes for Kids. Steve joins us from the Boise Rescue Mission. Good to have you with us, young man.
Morning, Kevin.
It's been a while. What have you been up to?
Well, I am still working for the rescue mission. I'm driver for the warehouse, doing a lot of things where I get a chance to go around and pick up items that help our facilities, that help the homeless, that help those in need. And it's a great way to remind myself that I'm here for the right reason, that God has looked down on me and given me a chance to help the other people in my life.
Right. And would you share with us how you came to the Boise Rescue Mission?
Well, truth is, I was a drunk. I needed help getting my life back on track and learning how to be sober. I went through the recovery program, the New Life Recovery Program, twice actually. I kind of fell out the first time and came back with my tail between my legs and kind of figured out the right way to do it. Spoke to my pastor who taught me how to ask for God's help, and next thing I know, I've been sober 9 years last month. So
congratulations.
For me, that's a big milestone, and I know that I couldn't have done it without the rescue mission and without the help of God. So
when you're driving, when you're getting donations, what's that like to see people on one end giving up their possessions and then those possessions working to change the lives of other people?
Well, the one thing that really stands out for me is a lot of people ask, where do these go? What happens with the items I'm giving you? And it gives me an opportunity to explain to them and to share with them exactly what the rescue mission does. A lot of people just assume it goes to the thrift store or it ends up in a warehouse, and I get the chance to explain exactly where everything goes and how we use it to help the people that we're trying to help. And a lot of them are just really surprised at how much we really do. And that's a blessing, a chance to share that with the people who may not be as informed as I thought they were.
Indeed. More coming up with our great friend Steve. First, traffic and weather together. Steve, can you share with us what the donations mean for the kids? It's Clothes for Kids. You see it. You've been around the mission for many, many years. The donations for children, especially in the summer, for people that aren't familiar with what difference that makes.
Well, for a lot of the kids that receive the items that we provide for them, this may be the first time they've got a new pair of jeans or a new pair of shoes or a new T-shirt or a toy that they were looking for. And to see their faces light up, to see their parents, in some cases just get really emotional for their children and for the items that we'll be able to provide. It's an amazing thing to witness. God provides for people, and we get a chance to help those people for Him, and it's emotional for us too. So,
Right. It does make a difference,
It
though.
does.
In this cynical world that we live in, that people give, what does that do to renew your hope?
Well, no, as somebody who's actually given, I know that it makes a difference for me. You know, when you give to somebody else, it improves your spirit as well as the spirit of the people you're trying to help. And the rescue mission, that's really what we do. We try to lift people up, and people's donations. If you go to our website, boiseirm.org, you can donate there right now. May Match is going on, and we've got donors that are matching the donations that you're bringing to us, so we can help twice as many people in this short month, and really have a way to spread the word of God and spread cheer and happiness to the people who are in desperate need of it right now.
And we talk about just some water.
Yeah,
can make a difference.
Oh my God, yeah, we go through so much water in the spring and summer. With the heat coming in, it's going to be a huge necessity for us, and it makes a huge difference. Just 1 or 2 bottles of water for somebody can make their day safe.
And we would love for you to donate. Stop by and make a difference. We've had people coming by all morning long, but we're going to be here tonight till 7, Saturday till 6. Why not make a difference? Clothes for kids. Steve, are we going to see you on television anytime soon? I know you're doing a lot of TV appearances.
Yeah,
I always see you.
Let's stick with no comment on that one, Kevin.
All right. My people get back to your people.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Thank you, Steve. We
Thank
appreciate
you, Kevin.
it.
Good to see you.
God bless you, my friend. Cindy, what do you have to say? Are you back to you have your marketing campaign for the morning show? What are you doing here?
Well, actually, right now, here comes Kelsey. And Kelsey, could you come over here, please? I have to tell people, Kevin, you got the.
Now stick to the script. Let's go.
I don't have a script.
I know.
I'm not
That's
a
the scary part.
Person. The scary part is I don't. But Kelsey, I gave a marketing strategy to Kevin. This is to get people in here. This
You just gave me a tie.
Truck. No, I gave you the hot
That's
dog
a market.
truck too. But for Kelsey, she gets some lovebirds. Kelsey, I just fell in love with this lady yesterday, and I was over at Love Inc.
Okay.
Kevin.
Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you.
We'll keep going. You can do that in private.
I'm not doing that in private here.
Cut the mic. We continue on here at 580-5436. No, Cindy. Anyway, we appreciate that. Phone numbers 580-5436, 580-KIDO. We continue on. Cindy is here. Tea Party Bob will be here. Everyone will be here. Kelsey is here. The gang is all here. Won't you join us to make a difference in the lives of children, in the lives of your fellow brothers and sisters? The Boise Rescue Mission. If you're not familiar, if you're new to Idaho, and you're going, well, Kevin Miller, you kind of give me a hard time because I'm not from here, then stop by and check out the family here. Check out people that make a difference and join us, won't you? Before you go on vacation, there are so many people that are celebrating graduations. I'm sitting here at Walmart at night, walking the aisles, having a good time, and I see the young people buying things, getting ready for that next step in life. Well, what happens if you don't have the infrastructure that a lot of people do? That's where the Boise Rescue Mission comes in. Help us make a difference. Kevin Miller, KIDO Talk Radio. Good morning, Maggie.
Hi, my name is Sean Lene. I'm in the New Life program over at the River of Life. Right before I was in the New Life program, I was in jail for 3 months. I'd gotten my second DUI, and I've been into some other trouble. And it's not the first time in my life. It's been kind of a roller coaster for me. I felt helpless. I felt hopeless. Had no idea how I was going to make it or live. I learned to trust him, most of all. I've gotten the opportunity to think about Jesus. I just finished reading the Bible for the first time. I feel like I've been able to be held in Jesus' arms as he guides me to a way that I had no idea. I thought that there was no way I was going to be able to meet the requirements of the courts. It was overwhelming. God knows, Jesus knows, even when you don't know, and I just learned to trust him. They make me feel good about being a veteran. Seeing the other veterans get the help that they need, because, we've all seen them on the streets, just looking like, why doesn't someone help them? And seeing that there's actually people that do is amazing, and getting to know some of the veterans and help them out, and just being able to work with them with the mission has been a huge blessing for me and for them. I think the kids are the future. I have kids, and when you don't know how things are going to happen, how they're going to provide for them, it's definitely its own type of anxiety that you can't really describe, I guess, unless you are a parent. They need it, more than a lot of us do, I would say, because they're innocent and they don't have, the ability to take care or look after themselves. It's just, it needs to be done. I can see God's hand working through you guys and the mission. I never believed a place like this existed. And to my relief, it does. And I definitely couldn't have gotten to where I am, and as happy as I am. I'm happier now than I've ever been in my life, I think, with how the rest of my life is. And it's been a huge blessing, and thank you so much to all your donors.
And here we are, back at the Nampa Walmart, Garrity and Franklin. Kevin Miller in the morning, KIDO Talk Radio, the Boise Rescue Mission. Closed for kids, boiserm.org. We're going to be here till tonight at 7 o'clock. We would love for you to join us. Our great friend Kendall joining us from the Boise Rescue Mission. It's always such a lovely, beautiful presence to have you, ma'am. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much.
We take a look at what the children need, what type of summer programs make a difference in the lives of these kids. Can you break it down for us, what these donations that we're asking for mean to the lives of kids here in the Treasure Valley?
Well, Kevin, these donations and these things that you're collecting as we're here this week is vital. It's vital to our program. We can't do what we do without the community's help, and so we just love that you're out here with us.
Well, and we appreciate everybody that stops by, but for people that are in their cars, they're hanging out, they're taking the kids to school, taking Poochie out for one more walk, they're getting in their car, they've got their coffee. Why should they donate? Tax-deductible items, cash donations that really go a long way. What would you say to them, because you are speaking directly to them in their vehicles or in their home?
Well, I would say good morning and thank you for listening. And I would say that, I can tell you for firsthand what those donations mean. 8 years ago, I walked into the doors of the rescue mission broken and needing help. And they reached out and they took me in, and I've been able to stay sober for those last 8 years. I've been able to give back to our kids in those last 6 years. So I just know from my heart how much it means to have those donations and have those people care about us.
And Kendall, when these kids get to do something, field trip, whether it's to the colleges, whether it's to the zoo, what does that mean? How does that help them? How does that encourage them to live a good life? Considering, maybe a month or two ago they were worried about a meal or a place to stay or, God forbid, something else.
Kevin, I see these kids come in right off the street. I meet them firsthand. I try to get with the mom right away so that those kids feel comfortable. I try to make sure that they know that there's going to be fun this summer, that they're going to be safe, and that we're going to do fun things. And to see their face light up, to see that, this is going to be okay. I got dinner last night. I got a clean clothes on. I got a warm bed to sleep in. Those are really important things for our kids, and I just love to see them grow from that every day.
Well, it's things that most of us, when we get so caught up in our stress and our world, we take for granted.
Yeah, you do. Sometimes people do take for granted those things, but every day I get to be reminded that it isn't always going to happen. You have to work for it, and our kids don't need to feel that stress from us, and that's part of what I get to do is to kind of help that burden, get them thinking about something other than
Right,
their next meal.
Being a kid again.
Yeah, just being a kid.
Yeah. BoiseRM.org. Let me continue on. The City Light Home for Women and Children, the Valley Home for Women and Children here in Canyon County. There's been a call that you need sheets, you need towels.
Yeah. We always need those daily household things, toilet paper.
But back to the sheets and the towels.
Sheets and towels, yes.
Because
we always
many of us
use
go,
those.
well, that's not a big deal, but
Yeah.
we're talking about you got some that are in pretty desperate straits here.
Yeah, they're getting pretty ragged. We have to replace them often because they're used and washed, daily. So those twin sheets will help. Those larger bath towels will help. Definitely, we need them all the time.
Sure, when we're talking about just full bed sheets, what type of bed sheets? Single
Twin.
bed? Twin bed sheets?
Twin bed sheets.
Twin bed sheets.
Fitted. Those fitted ones, those
Focus
flat.
on me, Kendall.
Sorry, flat. Sorry.
Anything else you'd like to share with us today?
I just want to say thank you to all your listeners, all those people that make this possible. I couldn't be where I am today without you guys, so thank you.
Well, I think you had an incredible amount to do with it, and you inspire us. And thank you for giving back and your beautiful family.
Thank you.
And you're such a blessing.
Thank you. You are too.
Well, thank you, Kendall. Our friend Annie is here joining us. Annie, why don't you stop in and say hello? KIDO Talk Radio, Kevin Miller in the morning. As people are stopping by and having a good time, our friend Annie is here. Annie, good to have you with us.
How are you?
We're fine. You always give to us each and every year. Thank you.
Well, it's so important. And what I always say to the listeners is, you think your $20 bill doesn't matter, but it does. All small donations add up to something big. And we want these kids to have a good time this summer and not feel the stress. Children need to be children. They need to have that opportunity to be kids and have joy and experience everything every other child has going that comes out of a home that there may be much more privilege. So it's very important that everyone give and reach back. And, at the end of the day, it's service and in service to one another.
Easier said than done, and we would urge people to stop by the Walmart here in Napa, BoiseRM.org. When we go back to being kids, that magical time, it is so important that these kids get an opportunity to, have a clean sheets or a bath towel that works.
Absolutely. And, so many of us grew up in we didn't know that we had privilege until you start hearing some of the stories of what children don't have. And it's imperative. We must always be reaching back and giving to our community and those in our community. When you start individualizing people and you see them, you meet them, you talk with them, they become real to you, that's when it all comes together. And please come out today. The rest of the week, you're going to be here. I can't believe the hours you're putting into this. And,
I really have nothing else to do.
It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me.
It keeps me out of the office. Don't tell anybody there about it.
It's really beautiful. I was coming out the highway today, and all the agriculture that's starting to come up and big puffy clouds in the sky. We live in such a beautiful area, and we're so fortunate to be here. And but give back, please. Everyone, show up. Your $10, your sunscreen, whatever it is. Come on out today and drop it off and say hello and be touched by Kevin Miller and his team.
Our great friend Annie here. Annie, any other final thoughts? How's the mortgage business?
Well, the mortgage business is good. We have a housing shortage. It's just unbelievable, the number of people who are trying to get here and capture Idaho. I will say this, the last several years I've put a lot of people into mortgages who are here from other places, and they love Idaho. They want to be here. They want to capture what we have. They want their Amendment 2 rights. They want to volunteer. They have a conservative focus and view. They love it here. And it's mortgage is great. It's a good way to educate people, segue them in, let them know to behave nicely, and help people reach back. Tell them about Kevin Miller, 580 KIDO. But we do have a housing shortage right now, so it's not uncommon to see 8 to 10 bids go in on a home, on any given home right now.
Any tips?
Tips. Just stay after it. Just keep, it's like playing a competitive ball game right now. Just stay with it. Don't give up.
All right, Annie. If people want to call you for mortgages, what's your number?
Oh, you're so generous.
You're my friend.
Annie Fuller at EagleHM.com. Eagle Home Mortgage, 208-955-0611.
Annie Fuller, Eagle Home Mortgage.
Yes.
All right.
Thanks, Kev.
Thank you. Hang on for a minute. Let's go to Pete in Mountain Home at KIDO Talk Radio. Pete, good morning.
Kevin, I just want to say thank you and the rescue mission for everything you do, and I'd like to read a little one of the verses from the Gospel of Matthew that I think is applicable.
Sure.
Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come, ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundations of the world. For I was hungered, and ye gave me meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me in. Naked, and ye clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and ye came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee hungered, and fed thee, or thirsty, and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger, and took thee in, or naked, and clothed thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me. And I think that's what the rescue mission's doing. And I just want to say thank you.
Well, Pete, thank you. Our great friend Pete from Mountain Home joining us. Kevin Miller, KIDO Talk Radio. KIDO Talk Radio. Annie, thank you again. God bless. We appreciate you. The Reverend Bill Roscoe joining us from the Boise Rescue Mission here at Miller's Mission. Day number, you name it, we're rolling along, collecting clothes for kids. And, this is our summer program, but the mission doesn't just stop at Memorial Day. It continues on, whether it's water, whether it's clothes. We're talking about the need for stuff that we take for granted each and every day, sheets and towels.
Yeah, and good morning, Kevin. It's so good to see you. Great to be in the tent with you today and all your friends.
And your Boise State blue, yes.
And I had on the Boise Rescue blue this morning. I'm making pancakes and I'm stirring the batter with one of those things.
This is what we call tune-out.
Okay.
When we talk
the thing fell out of the bowl and hit my shirt, so I had to change my shirt.
And I really appreciate the laundry and shirt update.
And that brings me to sheets.
However, then I get the phone call from Jeff the Suit going,
yeah,
why are you having Reverend Bill talk about his...
making pancakes.
Tide or whatever laundry...
It brings me to sheets, Miller. When you wash your sheets every day, as we are prone to do at the rescue mission, they wear out faster than if you give them a couple, 3 days. And they're getting changed all the time. They're handled a lot. And the same with our towels and our pillowcases, all of those things that you need to have, and they need to be clean, they need to be healthy. We just go through them really quickly, and they're not cheap. We don't buy the cheap ones, because if you do, they don't even last a week. So we really need folks to think about that. Think about how often you buy sheets and pillowcases for your own bed, and just multiply that by tonight, probably 450 men, women, and children sleeping in our beds. We have a lot of need in that regard. So I appreciate that it came up this morning, and it's something we really need.
Well, we haven't really addressed it that much. When we're talking, we're here, let's take advantage of it. Water.
Yeah, sunscreen.
Right.
Yep.
Stuff for kids, but like sheets.
Yeah.
Things we don't even think of.
It's like light bulbs, for Pete's sake. Who thinks about light bulbs very often? But at our place, imagine how many light bulbs we have in all the 4 shelter facilities and all the rooms and dorms that we have. Things like that are so... they just don't come to mind when you think about homeless and hungry people, but it's all part of the equation, because as people have talked about this morning, we want to have folks feel like they're in a place where they're loved and respected. And when you crawl into a nice clean bed, and you've been sleeping in the back seat of a car or worse than that, and you crawl into a nice clean bed and you pull those sheets up, and especially when you pull those sheets up around your little children's neck and kiss them goodnight, man, that does a lot for the whole heart and the esteem that people have, self-esteem that people need to build up.
And that's what we're here to do. BoiseRM.org, traffic and weather together, KIDO Talk Radio, 580 AM, 107.5 FM. Coming up next, Fox News on the radio, plus how you can make a difference, whether it's sheets in your home, whether it's sheets here at Walmart or any other place. Look, we're getting ready for the big Memorial Day sale. Why not come out and spend some money and make a difference, whether it's clothes for kids or towels or the like. I still remember our wonderful friend, what a blessing she was. I believe her and her husband, John, now living in Florida, our friend Ricky, who the first Miller's Mission over 8 years ago, she was there, went and bought towels for everyone at the River of Life. That was such an amazing gift, Reverend Bill. One person could make a difference just buying towels for that entire group of men.
It's an amazing thing when people do things like that, Kevin, and it makes a huge difference. The first impression that someone gets when they show up at one of the shelters might make the difference between whether they stay or don't stay, whether they listen to what we have to say, whether they feel respected. Those little things like that make a huge difference.
And just a simple sheet.
A simple sheet, a simple clean pillowcase, a pillow, a simple clean pillow makes a big difference.
And that's where you come in, folks. Make a difference today, won't you? More coming up next on your home for Fox News on the radio, 580 AM, 107.5 FM, KIDO Talk Radio. Good morning.